We have heard about hard work, but have you ever heard someone break his jaw to make a movie happen? Indian star R. Madhavan, who made his debut as a director for his passion project, Rocketry, The Nambi Effect, in an exclusive conversation with WION, shared his journey on the various physical, mental, and intellectual challenges he personally had to go through to make the film happen. Take a look.
Joining us on WION World is One is R. Madhavan, who's transformed himself into Indian rocket scientist, the veteran Mr. Padma Bhushan Nambi Narayanan. Madhavan, thank you very much for joining us. So, directorial debut, huge reception at Cannes, and thereafter the screening at one of the largest billboards in the world in New York City. How elated are you?
I'm relieved. When I started this film, it's supposed to be a small film on the life of a ISRO scientist who had an affair with a Maldivian woman. He was caught for espionage for selling secrets of Indian rocketry to Pakistan, arrested, almost killed and tortured. And he came out and proved his innocence. And I thought it's going to be a great James Bond film to say, a small, poor man's James Bond story to tell. Of course, after meeting Nambi Narayanan, sir, all that changed. And at that time, when we started off with the film, I never expected it to be of this stature, to get a world. No debut director expects his first film to get a world premiere at Cannes, or have their ad shown at a billboard in New York, or have one of the days of the year named after his protagonist. Dr. Nambi Narayanan had 3rd of June named as Dr. Nambi Narayanan Day. So all that was not expected, and I'm so elated that has happened. I remember being possessed by Dr. Nambi Narayan's story. I remember being angry and feeling incomplete that this man is not known in our country, not just for the case. The case is not even 8 minutes in this film, but because of his achievements. Most people have never heard about Dr. Nambi Narayanan. Those who have don't know that he's got the Padma Bhushan, and those who have know that he's got Padma Bhushan don't have any idea why he got the Padma Bhushan in the first place. And I think that is a national disservice, which is why I made the film.
After going through all this, you had to wait 2 agonizing years to get through COVID and to go for the big release. How was that for you as somebody who's invested a lot into this movie?
Yeah, there were temptations where you kept thinking that, why don't we sell the film in OTT and, get done with it. But that was not why we started off in the film in the first place. Having taken all that insanity into place, why would we want to do that? Because this film has got visuals and sound that most people have not seen on screen before. For instance, you have this, for the first time you're going to see you'll see a liquid propulsion engine on screen, a rocket engine that has never been shown before. You'll hear sounds that you've never heard before in a movie. And many parts of this film has never been done before in any movie, which is why it's a crazy, impractical journey, but we took it only because insanity had crept in.
Coming to rocket science and liquid engines, rocket science itself is the most sophisticated term, and it's the term that actually refers to the most highest levels of complication. How are you going to take it to the masses and make it user-friendly without dumbing it down?
Let me tell you, the Indian audiences are far more mature and intelligent than anywhere else in the world. If they can watch an Inception and Interstellar and write stories about gravity and make it into a big success in India, then this is child's play for them. I don't think I have any doubts that we've been as accurate with the depiction of Dr. Nambi Narayan's story as possible. And as part of that, honest process, we wanted to make sure that all the locations looked right and genuine. So most places we shot on those locations that Dr. Nambi Narayan worked. We got the design of the engine from Dr. Nambi Narayan, from the horse's mouth, basically.
So you're talking about this process, not just about intellectual transformation, but also a physical transformation where you yourself played the younger version of Nambi Narayan, the young scientist at Princeton, and also the septuagenarian who was fighting his case. Talk about your transformation personally, please.
Oh, it was brutal. There was no way I could let anybody else play the younger and the older version because I understood the technology, I understood what he has done in terms of the engine. To get somebody else to mouth those lines would sound like, tits on a bull, which I didn't want,
We saw celebrities, we saw the who's who of the world come to Cannes and watch this film and speak so highly about it. But what did the man himself, Nambi Narayanan sir, and what did his family feel after seeing this film?
After seeing the film, Dr. Nambi Narayan said, I've seen more things than most men will see in their lives, and I've seen most things that most men should not see in their lives. And I thought I've seen everything. And I've seen this movie now. And I was questioning whether there was an iota of lie there, because I'm going to make a lot of people jealous. But when the answer to that was no, it is all true, then I said, I want to thank you for giving me the desire to live a little longer, to see the outcome of this film and enjoy its fruits. And I think that was the biggest compliment I got.
Some of the biggest stars in Indian cinema pro bono contributed to your film, and they were in fact glad to be part of this project. Tell us more, sir.
Well, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan and Surya both, expressed a desire to be part of the film. Shah Rukh sir, especially after hearing the story, he said, I want to do a passing shot, which of course didn't make sense to me. And I thought he was kidding. But he was true to his words, and he really gave us what is required when I asked him for the guest appearances. Not only did they not take any money from me, they spent money on their own by paying for their own makeups and artists and caravans. And as did Surya, who flew all the way from Chennai to Mumbai and didn't take a rupee from me and got his writers. And I mean, their commitment to me, I thought, was very touching. But if you want one line, I will say that there's one line in the film which says, no country can remain great unless those who make it great are nurtured and respected.
R. Madhavan telling us about the crucial line in his film that a country needs to acknowledge the importance of people who make the country great and respect them, so that these are the people that will inspire future generations to help the country grow further and further. Thank you very much, Mr. Madhavan, for the very insightful interview, and all the very best for rocketry to soar to the skies.
Thank you, Siddharth. Very kind of you. Thank you.